man, stab wound, rebar badness, little heart attacks, and is that Wade Wilson? Holy smokes. In honor of the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie, today we are breaking down and reacting to all of the mutant medical scenes and heroic injuries from Wolverine. Let's dive right in. Nice. Yeah. First off, super cool. It is Ryan Reynolds. I think this is Wade Wilson. For everybody out there who knows more than me, please let me know. Oh man, stab wound right to the flank. Classic marks, open wound, really clean. Did a good job depicting it here. You're hitting it below the ribs. You're hitting mostly probably your colon, maybe some of the vessels coming down, as well as maybe your ureter, which comes down from the kidney down to your bladder. What? I wish I had the technology to be able to heal wounds like this. Typically, if you came into the emergency department and I needed to fix you, obviously we're gonna do some imaging first to make sure that there is nothing injured on the inside. If it's just a superficial wound, a couple sutures to close that up. Whoa, super cool. What are we looking at? Really cool anatomy, right? We're seeing the heart beating, we see the lungs underneath the rib cage, and they did such a good job of showing that the rib cage does not go all the way to the sternum, because as those ribs stop, that's where cartilage takes into effect, and the cartilage fills that space.
I saw you die in a room like this with your heart.
Just can't leave her with those freaks and killers, Hugh. I'm the only chance she's got. Not with that thing inside me.
You're going to die, Logan.
Maybe that's okay.
Oh
No,
my
listen to me,
gosh.
Logan.
Interestingly, he's going from a subxiphoid angle. There are procedures that we need to do in the emergency department where we need to stick needles into the pericardial sac. We do a subxiphoid approach angled up towards your left shoulder.
No, stop! Logan!
You're not gonna want to watch this part.
No, listen to me, please, no!
Okay, so you gotta be really careful, because if you're using your hand, which sometimes we do when we do thoracotomies and we open somebody's chest open, you gotta make sure that you're not gonna slice your hand on any of the ribs, because those ribs are super sharp. And it's super cool because you see his fingers, and his fingers are phalanx is what we call them. See that like image? It's actually very similar to the C-arms that we use in the hospital, where you do basically continuous x-rays. Stop it. That's crazy cool. I would be like crushing that in my hand if that was me. Oh, now is he going into cardiac arrest? Oh, asystole, flatline. Not a good rhythm. Why is that not a good rhythm? It's not a shockable rhythm. You cannot use those defibrillator pads to shock somebody out of asystole.
Today, you're going to witness medical history.
Oh, Stryker.
To begin bonding adamantium.
Adamantium.
Skeleton.
Oh my gosh, super cool. Logan, Wolverine here, was able to use his bones before as his claws. Where are these bones in the forearm? Are they his ulna and radius? It could be his metacarpals, but we have 4 of those. Blood pressure on the bottom, 120/65. That's pretty calm for somebody like chilling, about to go underwater and be stabbed with thin needles. And then same with the heart rate of 62. Oh, now they'll see the change. There we go. So they're doing this to him, right? If anybody doesn't realize, they're injecting metal into his body to fuse with his skeleton so he can be that much awesomer.
That's why he had to volunteer.
Heart rate 190.
Heart rate 190. That's pretty darn good for somebody his age. There is a calculation of like maximum like heart rate based on, you know, your age.
Heart rate well beyond maximum.
Blood pressure.
260/180 and rising.
So it's really interesting. They're saying 260/180. When we see that, typically your heart rate's not that high. Usually they go opposite each other. Now, yes, could it happen to a point because due to a significant amount of pain, the pressure is that high? Yes, but also blood pressures can be falsely elevated if you're contracting against the blood pressure cuff that is on your arm.
You broke the machine.
Heart rate over 300, yeah. Have I ever seen an individual with a heart rate over 300? I have not. We do see the radius and the ulna, but then he has these 3 other bones, which we do not have. don't have Logan's restorative healing powers, but did you know during deep sleep, your own body heals tissues, rebuilds muscles? So if you want to improve sleep, try Do Not Disturb on lifehappens.com and on Amazon. Oof. Oh, rebarb stab to the back. Are you kidding me? Obviously, I would tell you don't pull it out. But it's also connected to a massive piece of concrete. So this person, if it wasn't Wolverine, would be trapped underneath this with all that weight, and it actually might fall over and rip the innards out of you, so to speak. Or this would happen. Oh my gosh. So we've actually had individuals come into the emergency department being impaled with rebarb, and typically we end up stabilizing it, making it shorter, so to speak, so we can actually get some imaging of it. We can't get an MRI because that means that metal's flying everywhere, but we can get a CT scan.
So much for being a survivor.
I feel like if he really wanted to hurt him, he would just expand all that metal really fast and rip him to shreds, but he doesn't. He throws him out. Oh my gosh. Maybe not able to breathe. He's going to drown. There are a couple things that we talk about when it comes to water. You can have your initial response where your vocal cords close up due to the shock of the water and can cause what's called dry drowning, so to speak. But then obviously you have your wet drowning where you actually get fluid into your lungs. Holy smokes, literally.
Literally?
A lot of these burns that you see on Wolverine are deep second and third degree burns. We don't see any fourth degree burns here because we don't see any significant subcutaneous tissue and into the muscles and bones. But we see all the skin, maybe some fat underneath, but he's able to heal really well. I wish our bodies could do that. That'd be amazing. You worry about airway first. If there was any indication that the flames got into somebody's airway, seeing soot in their mouth, singed nose hairs or face hairs, then you worry about, okay, is the airway going to swell because of the flames that were there and the inflammation? Really impressive. I bet there's a ton more clips related to Wolverine. So if you guys want me to do more of that, let me know in the comments. I'm a big fan of X-Men. If you guys enjoyed this and you are entertained, definitely let me know in the comments and binge watch this playlist right here. And as always, do me a favor, keep this channel going and growing. Subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends. Let's dive right in. Let's dive right in.